Good evening, Mr. Peroso.
Good evening, coach.
Okay, welcome. Well, we're gonna start the class, okay? Thanks for being almost punctual. Not that punctual, but almost punctual. Okay, so we're gonna start, sir. Okay, for today, we're gonna talk about the regular verbs pronunciation. Okay, but that explanation, I hope that more of your classmates will join the class. So we're gonna do that explanation later on. We're gonna start with the book, okay, because this is something that we just need to talk too much. Okay, so in this case, we have good topics for a small talk, and that three. Which of these do you consider are good for small talks? Okay, and first, number one, and number two, which of them do you consider inappropriate? I mean, that is not polite, that is, is a little bit rude, or maybe, I don't know, it's imprudent to talk about. Look, I'm gonna give you a couple of minutes to decide. Good evening, Miss Amaya.
Good evening, teacher Sofia.
Okay, we are in this part of the book, and we are trying to decide these topics, 3 topics that are good for small talks, and 3 that you consider inappropriate, that you think they are not good, they are not polite, they are rude, imprudent, or that you wouldn't feel comfortable talking about. Okay, that's what we are doing in this moment. So I'm giving you a couple of minutes to read the topics and to decide. Okay? So try to decide, Miss. I'm gonna give you 3 minutes. I think it's enough, right, to decide.
Déjame aquí.
Okay, 3 minutes counting for you to tell me which. Okay, now I think it's enough time to decide. So, first, topics that are good for you, that you think that is good to talk about, that are, let's say, that people will feel comfortable and we can ask anybody, or that you would ask someone. Which ones are good for you? Because here we don't have something specific, right? What is good for me, maybe it's not for Patricia. Or what is good for Patricia is not okay for Mr. Peroso, right? Maybe he can feel uncomfortable talking about those topics. So it's your opinion. In this case, we have a standard, of course, right? But we can differ. Okay, so who's ready, Mr. Peroso?
Yes.
Which topics?
For me, it's good topic for small talk. Location.
Okay.
Location. Common event.
Event.
And common event. And likes.
Likes.
Do you enjoy outdoor activities?
Okay, do you enjoy outdoors activities? Okay, it sounds very prudent. The selection sounds very prudent. Okay, good. Do you agree, Ms. Anaya and Mr. Rodriguez? Do you agree? Do you agree with Mr. Peroso? Or do you have any other? Are these topics okay for you? Yes or no? This Mr. Amaya and Miss Amaya and Mr. Rodriguez. Those are the ones that your classmate has chosen. So do you agree? Are they okay for you? Hi guys, are they okay for you? Or do you have any other topic? Patricia, I'm waiting for your answer.
Listen, that I no understand.
You don't understand. Okay, it's just, let me explain you. It's just to choose. Look, 3 good topics for a small talk. I mean, questions that you would answer or that you will do to someone and that you think that is okay, that you won't be rude, that you won't be unpolite, that you won't make feel the other person uncomfortable. So Mr. Peroso chose location, common events, and likes. And those are examples. Likes, do you enjoy? For Mr. Peroso, those questions are not uncomfortable. Mr. Peroso thinks that those questions are prudent, are okay to do a conversation. So my question is it the same for you guys? Are okay those questions for do a small talk, to start a conversation?
Bosses. I work for a tyrant. What about?
Let me see. This one. I work for is that okay for you?
No.
No, right? Okay, no, because I think that is not prudent. Yes, but it's your opinion, right? It's your opinion. Because in this moment, we are talking about good topics.
Okay.
Good topics. So that's why Mr. Peroso chose this. I agree. I think location, if you ask, is your company near the trade center? Is your company near your house? I think it's a good question to start a conversation. No problem, right? You won't make feel the other person uncomfortable with that question. Are you enjoying the seminar? Yeah, nobody will feel offended. I mean, nobody will feel offended if you if you ask that. Okay, so I think they are.
My opinion is travel.
Travels. Does your job require a lot of time? Okay. Okay, that's another option. Okay, sounds good. Okay, this is another option. Okay, we're gonna add this one.
Location is your company near the trade center, yes.
Okay, for you, so you agree with Mr. Peroso, right? Okay. Okay, you see, that's the idea. That's the idea, Ms. Amaya. And travel. What is travel? Does your job require? Okay, that's another option, I think. It's not imprudent. Okay, there you have three. Okay, thanks, Miss Amaya. Thank you. Okay, so you see here we have three for Miss Amaya and three for Mr. Peroso, right? And I think they are, maybe Mr. Peroso's are the most common, and Miss Amaya are okay. No, you didn't say money, right? Did you say money? No, right, Miss Amaya?
Yes.
You say money. Okay, but well, okay. If you feel comfortable with this, it's okay. But most of the time, people don't ask about how much money people make in their jobs, right? What's your salary? Okay, maybe it's not the first question that people do in a conversation. To start a conversation, it's not maybe the most common, right? To ask, hi, how are you? Hi, I'm Sofia. I'm Namai. I'm Patricia. Nice to meet you, Patricia. Nice to meet you too. And Sofia, how much money do you make in your job? No, right? Maybe no.
No,
Patricia, do you make good money? And we are knowing each other, right? So maybe it's not the best question to start a friendship. Okay. I think, but as I said,
Okay.
everything is valid because are different opinions. Okay. But I think that maybe this is in this part, inappropriate.
Inappropriate.
Three that you consider inappropriate. I think this is one. Another?
Another, I work for a tyrant, but about you?
Okay. I work for a tyrant.
No,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, because it's not good to talk about or to talk of bosses, right? Yeah, because if you are in that company, well, it's better not say anything, right? Until you leave the company. Okay, so yeah.
Inappropriate, ¿cómo?
Inappropriate.
Inappropriate is the politician are disaster. What do you think?
Okay, politics. This politics. So the question, the example, these politicians are a disaster. What do you think? Okay, here we have three that you consider inappropriate. Do you agree with Ms. Amaya, Mr. Barrientos? Do you think that those are inappropriate questions for a conversation, for a small talk?
Inappropriate.
Yes. Are they inappropriate? Or maybe they aren't for you? What do you think?
Are they, teacher?
They are. They are.
They are. Company Joe. What are some?
They are not prudent, right? They are not prudent to discuss.
Prudent.
Yeah, inappropriate. They are not prudent to discuss. Why do you think, Mr. Barriento, that, for example, politics and these questions is inappropriate? Why? What can be the problem?
In this moment in El Salvador is correct. My opinion is a good job.
Which one?
I don't know.
Which one is good? I didn't catch the idea.
Politicians. No, I don't know. I don't know. No sé cómo se pronuncia politicians.
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 But do you think that this question is a good conversation? Or this comment? I said, Mr. Barrientos, politicians are a disaster. What do you think about that?
In my opinion, no, teacher. I work in the city hall.
Okay.
Sí, yeah, and the politician,
the politician.
the politician, for example, new idea, teacher.
No problem with politicians in your case.
It's no problem. It's good. It's good job, teacher.
It's a good job. Okay, I got it. Okay, yeah, okay, that's your opinion. But and it's okay, right? It's okay. And I'm not against politicians, right? I think that we have improved a lot. Okay, but the question is, Mr. Barrientos, is that a good question for a conversation or is inappropriate? An inappropriate question.
It's inappropriate, teacher.
Okay, why do you think that can be inappropriate?
In my opinion, inappropriate, but I don't know. I don't know the response, teacher. Es un tema
Personal,
Oh, no,
individual. Individual opinions, individual.
Teacher opinion, opinion for religion,
Religions, yes.
religion,
Politics,
politicians.
politics, religion,
Is the
are,
conversation are
are,
are are problem teacher
are a problem.
are a problem.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it. I got it that I remember that many people, or I've heard that some people say, don't talk about politics, don't talk about religion, and don't
Yeah,
talk
teacher.
about salary, right?
Okay.
Because those are very, let's say, private opinion, and some people can really be a fan, and maybe the conversation will turn uncomfortable, right? Because you don't know how intense the people
Yeah, teacher.
that person can be with these topics, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, that I got it. I got it. Okay, so that's your opinion. I agree. I agree. And basically, we agree with Miss Amaya, right? Because she said that those are inappropriate. But I don't know for you. What about in your case, Mr. Peroso? Is in Venezuela inappropriate? Those topics, money? Is it, let's say, natural conversation to say to everybody how much money that person made, or about politics? Are those topics inappropriate
Uh,
according to your culture that is not very different from the
absolutely.
rest? Absolutely. Really? Okay.
Absolutely. President. There, well, there is a dictator.
There is a dictator. So in this case, the politics is a very bad idea. It's a topic that is definitely
Is not good idea.
no good
Talk
idea.
about politics.
Okay, no good idea. And how about money?
And money. Uh, the salary of teachers is $7 per month.
But
What?
per month, really? Are you sure? Per month?
$7.
Per month?
Yes.
Are you sure per
Yes.
month? Is that correct?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. Well, but in that case, is it natural to talk about salaries? I mean, is it let's say a normal is not inappropriate to talk about, for example, that everybody knows how much money you do, how much money how much money all your friends do, and we say, now in this, how much are you making in this company? Is that a good question, or is inappropriate? Because in El Salvador, I think it's not.
It's inappropriate.
It's inappropriate too. Yeah, because here it is not a common question, right? That people ask, how much do you make? Okay, how much money? What's your salary? Nobody asks that because it's private, right? It's like when people ask, why don't you have children? Okay, some people is imprudent, but that's not a good question here, right? Those are the kind of topics that maybe are not good, unless when you are starting a conversation. Okay, less. Okay, so well, I see that it's similar to Venezuela. Maybe politics in this case, no, right? Maybe politics, I think, maybe people is intense, right? But you can, no problem. I think that we can talk about anybody, right? And make memes about everybody. So maybe this is a little bit different. Okay, maybe. But money, I think that we have a coincidence. Okay, so we have those topics that are appropriate and inappropriate. Okay, so it was to speak. Okay, just to speak a little bit, that you give your opinions. Okay, so okay, now let's finish this part with this. Can you think, maybe not three, right? But maybe one, maybe additional topic that is good, and one that is not good, additional. Thinking one, guys. One that additional that is good and one additional that is inappropriate. That you think, okay, I can do a conversation with this topic. Or you think, no, I would never ask that because it's imprudent, because it's inappropriate. One and one, additional. Yes, tell me, sir.
Appropriate could be watching movies.
Okay.
Watch movies.
Okay. Movies, likes and dislikes. Preferences. Okay. That's a good topic. It's true. I think nobody will feel uncomfortable with that topic. Okay, that's a good one. Anybody else? Yes.
The clients. Mm-hmm.
About talk about clients.
Hablar de clima.
Climate or weather.
Climate.
Yeah, climate or weather. Okay, yeah, climate. Weather or climate. Client is I thought, yeah, client is like cliente, right? So that's what I said. Talk about clients.
Weather.
Weather.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's very common, right? Very common. How's the weather? Okay, and now it's hot. It's cold. This weather is unstable. Yeah, it's a good topic. I love rainy days. No, I hate rainy. Yeah, it's a good topic. Okay. Anybody else or in an inappropriate? There we have two good ideas. Inappropriate. Can you think in one inappropriate? I have one in mind, but I don't want to take your idea. Maybe you will have the same idea. No? Yes.
The food.
Inappropriate?
No, appropriate.
Appropriate. Okay, talk about food is appropriate. Appropriate. Okay, and now inappropriate.
Inappropriate is
anybody who can help us?
Religion.
Correct. Religion, that Mr. Barrientos had the same opinion, right? Not a good topic, religion. Okay, yes, because some people, as we said, right, is very intense and they maybe sometimes they don't agree and they can stand, they can resist, they can stand different situations.
The other topic is sport, teacher.
Appropriate, I guess.
Soccer sport.
Appropriate, I
Topic.
guess, right? A good topic.
Is
Okay, sports.
no,
Talk about
no.
sports. And inappropriate? Inappropriate.
Inappropriate, teacher. But I like Real Madrid and my brother Barcelona.
You think that is inappropriate?
It's
Talk about
inappropriate,
sports?
teacher. Yeah.
I thought that.
The problem with my brother.
Got it. You know, I was thinking that you were telling me another good topic. But I catch the idea. Okay, so, yeah, because in that case, it's soccer teams, they're the same, right? Same problem. There are some people who is very intense.
Very
Yes,
intense,
it's true.
teacher.
Yes, it's true. And some people can take it too seriously, right? Yeah, can even become your enemy because you like Cristiano Ronaldo and no Messi.
Yeah, teacher.
Yes, it's true. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because you see the disasters in the stadium, right? And not just in El Salvador, but in other countries. You're right, you know. Yeah, you're right. I haven't seen it in that way, but you're right. Yeah, some people is very intense with sports, especially with soccer. So that's why we have had some problems, big problems, victims, right, in stadiums around the world, not just in El Salvador. So it's true. Okay, thanks. Thanks, Mr. Barrientos, it's true. Okay, maybe another, the civil status, right? The civil status. I think I wouldn't feel good asking that, the civil status, because maybe that is something private, right? Are you just together or are you married? Are you married by the church or are you married in a civil? No, right? I think that's not good to ask for people, right? That's their life, his life, her life. And maybe for some of us can be no problem, but maybe for some people that is private information, right? And they won't feel comfortable. Okay, or doing some comments about that civil status. I think, right, that is a very maybe personal opinion, but that's the idea. Okay, so you see, thanks for your participation and for speaking, okay, giving your ideas in the language. That's the main point here, to talk. Okay, so here you can go, okay, and you can have, we're gonna do something a little bit different from that instruction, okay? You're gonna go to the breaker room and you're gonna try to do a conversation. I don't know what topic you will start. You will choose. It will be your decision. You can take the examples or you can add naturally some other questions. And you're gonna tell me when you come back, well, our conversation was about this, was about that. We talked about that. Let's see what's a good topic for you with your classmates, okay? A real practice, because what you are going to do in the breakout room is to create a conversation. So you're gonna decide the way that you will create the conversation, okay? Try to do it spontaneously, naturally, and we'll see, right? We'll say, Patricia, Sofía me preguntó sobre cuánto gano. Imprudent. Okay, so I don't know. So that's the idea, right? So you're gonna tell me what was your conversation about. Don't plan. Don't plan anything, right? Because you don't know who will be your partner. So depending on the person, we do the conversation, right? For example, if I see maybe Mr. Barrientos and Mr. Peroso, they are athletic men, right? So I'm gonna ask them, Mr., do you practice any sport? I think that is not inconvenient. I think that is not imprudent, inappropriate. So we're gonna talk about, I talk about their activities. Okay, Mr. Barrientos and Mr. Peroso's activities. That's what it was my conversation. Okay, that's an example. So it depends on the person that will try to do the conversation. So that's what you're gonna do. Okay, but just I'm gonna leave this. Let me go to the screen, to the attendance list, and tell me your names, please, because I think it's faster that I mention everybody, and most of the class is not in class, so just tell me your names, please. So if you're so nice, okay, I remember, just let me see. I remember Patricia Carolina Amaya, correct? Patricia? Yes? Is it you?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay. Jose Mauricio Barriento. Is it you, Mr. Barrientos, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And Mr. Peroso Omar. Okay, I remember those names. I'm telling you remember because in this moment I know in Zoom. I'm out of Zoom. I'm watching the list, so I'm not watching the screen, so I can see your names. You know, that's why. Let me see who else. Adalberto, I think I saw a name. Adalberto. Isaac Adalberto, is that correct? Rodriguez?
Yes, correct. Thank you.
Okay. And I don't remember more names. So can you tell me your name, please, if you are in class? The rest of people in class?
Kevin Joel de León Sánchez.
Okay, Kevin, okay, here you are, Mr. De Leon. Thanks. Who else that I didn't mention?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Esmeralda.
Elizabeth, I can find Elizabeth. Here you are. Esmeralda Cruz.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else?
Ana del Carmen.
Ana del Carmen. Okay, here you are, Castro, right?
Yes.
Okay, anybody else? No, nobody else? Okay, thanks. Let me come back to Zoom. Okay, here we are. Okay, I asking your name because in some moments when I share the screen or I'm looking for a file, I go out of Zoom, so I just listen. I can see your screen in those moments. Okay, well, so let's go to do the real conversation with a small talk with a topic that you will decide. Okay, be prudent, please. Don't try not to use inappropriate topics. Okay, let's go. We're gonna do two rounds. Okay, you're gonna go with one person 3 minutes or 4 minutes, and the other a different person 4 minutes more. Okay. Okay, Miss Castro, you forgot the age of your song, right? But no problem. But you see, that's the way to say it. Remember, always with verb to be, you mention first the person, common noun, proper noun. My daughter is, or Carolina is, my girl is. Always the noun and the verb to be. If it is plural, and my songs, because you have to, my songs are 20 and 22 at the same time. Okay. Okay, good. Well, that's the good point, right? To practice, because we can remember the ways, the structures, and we can do a conversation or try to do it. Okay, so tell me, Mr. Barrientos, how was your conversation? Be sincere. Inappropriate or good or prudent? How did you feel in the conversation that you had with your classmate? Was it inappropriate or was it okay?
Okay, teacher.
It was okay.
It was okay.
Okay, what is it about? What was it about?
Um,
Personal, work.
Teacher, no, the good topics with Elizabeth for the food.
Okay, the topic was food.
Food, teacher.
Okay, good. With Elizabeth, who's Elizabeth? Okay, Elizabeth, thanks, Mr. Barrientos. What's your opinion about the conversation that you have with Mr. Barrientos?
Is appropriate.
Was appropriate? Okay. You didn't feel uncomfortable with any question?
No.
No. Okay, but you say, I'm not sure, Mr. Barrientos.
Favorite food, teacher too is eat pupusas.
Okay, in common.
Sí, in common, teacher.
Okay, yeah. Most of Salvadorians, right?
Salvadorian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What days do you eat pupusas? What day? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, every day in the morning.
Every day.
Really?
Every day, teacher.
Okay. Well, I eat them on Fridays, you know, almost tradition on Fridays.
On
So
Friday.
tomorrow.
On Saturday.
On Saturdays too,
On
correct.
Saturday.
On Saturdays too, it's possible. But most of the time on Fridays, and sometimes Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
And Sundays in the morning. Okay, well. And how about you, Mr. Peroso? Do you eat pupusas? How often do you eat pupusas, Mr. Peroso?
Once a week.
Once a week? What day? On Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Oh, usually I eat pupusas Wednesday or Thursday.
Oh, really? Okay, on Wednesday or Thursdays. Okay. Okay, most of Salvadorian, you know, on Fridays, right? And Saturdays. Weekends and Fridays, most of Salvadorian. Well, but everybody eats pupusas in the morning, maybe as a breakfast, right? That's more common during the week. I think it's more, the most common is as a breakfast. Okay. So how long have you been here, Mr. Perosos? Excuse me, I forgot it. Can you say it again? How long have you been in the country?
6 years.
Okay, well, it's been a long time. Okay, 6 years. Okay, well, so you have to eat more pupusas, not just on Wednesday. Because you have 6 years, so you should eat more often, Mr. Peroso. Okay. Well, so you see, that's it. What about you, Elizabeth, no, Elizabeth already said. De Leon, Mr. De Leon, what was your conversation about?
Is appropriate.
It was appropriate, and what's it about?
Excuse?
About, yeah, about what was your conversation?
Personal information.
Okay, personal information that was appropriate, right? No inappropriate. Okay, common information, personal, but common. Okay, well, that was the idea, right? To identify appropriate and inappropriate. So keep it in mind, okay? Keep it in mind for a real conversation. This topic is good to be alert and to keep it in mind. Things that are appropriate and things that are not appropriate. Okay, well, let's continue. So we're gonna finish this unit, but I'm gonna keep working with regular verbs, okay? But we're gonna finish this topic, I mean, according to the book, okay? But we're gonna continue today because we're gonna practice the regular verbs that are in past. But to finish the books in a formal way, to cover the book, we have here this, we're gonna do number 4. You have to unscramble, right? You can do negative and interrogative sentences, statements, in past, of course, that we are studying. So maybe each of you can give me one. Each of you. Well, you are, in this moment, you are 7, and we have 5. Okay, so 5 volunteers, because you are 7. But I'm sure that I can get 5 volunteers, 1 per each number. Who has number 1?
Me, coach.
Tell me first.
Did you enjoy the training?
Correct. Thanks, sir. Did you enjoy the training? Correct. Past. Did at the beginning. The verb in the basic form and the person in the middle. Correct. Second volunteer. Number 2.
Seminar. No. The
seminar.
No, the manager.
Okay, are you a volunteer, Miss Amaya? Yes.
The manager.
Barrientos, Mr.
Okay.
Barrientos.
Okay, Mr. Barrientos is a volunteer. Okay, Mr. Barrientos.
Okay. The manager.
The manager
didn't.
Manager
didn't. The seminar.
Seminar is not a verb.
Oh, no. Didn't attend. Attend the seminar.
Correct.
Seminar. Yeah.
So you see, it's easy when we think about, okay, who's the person there? Maybe it's not he, she, they, because we don't have pronouns, but we have something equivalent, the person, manager. And then the negative before the verb. And what is the verb? Attend, right? You can see many words. I like this kind of exercises because in this case, you can follow the order. You can be conscious of the order that we need to follow for each structure. Okay, so and just look for the elements, and it's not complicated. Okay, correct, Mr. In this case, it's negative. Thanks, Mr. Barrientos, for being a volunteer. Miss Amaya says that you are a volunteer. Okay. Okay, so next, who has the next? Maybe Elizabeth? Do you have number 3?
The person.
Who is the subject there? Who is the person in plural or singular, right? Okay, maybe this is a little bit different. So I'm gonna give you the first part. Almost the maintenance personnel.
The main personnel.
What else? The maintenance personnel.
They're the certifications.
Say that again, please.
They're
No. It's affirmative, so I need the verb after the person. We need the verb because it's affirmative, and there is not a verb. The maintenance personnel, what is the verb there?
Update.
Updated, because it's in past, correct? Updated. That is the verb. So the maintenance personnel updated? Their certifications. Certifications. Okay. Is it in plural? Let me see. Yes, certifications. Yes, it's in plural. Okay, so that's the idea. This is a little bit different, maybe a little bit difficult because we have a longer subject, the maintenance personnel. But basically, this is similar to a day, because the personnel, remember, are the employees, but specifically of this department, the maintenance personnel. But all these words make the subject. And then we have the verb because it's affirmative. Okay, thanks, Miss. Let's see. Next person can help me. You, okay?
Me, teacher.
Okay, tell me.
Supervisor.
Did, correct, because it's a question, right? Did the supervisor.
Supervisor. Exchange.
Correct, that is the verb, exchange. Exchange business cards, correct. Okay, there we have the order. It's past, did, then the person, the supervisor, and then the verb in the original form. Did the supervisor exchange business cards? Okay, and the last one. Maybe Adalberto. Can you help me, please? Adalberto, Mr. Rodriguez, are you around? No around? Mr. De Leon, can you help?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. De Leon, help me, please. Number 5. Because
Okay.
Mr. Rodriguez is not around, I think. Okay,
My
tell me.
workmates.
Okay, say that again, please. My workmates. Okay. My workmate. Yes.
Didn't the conversation at
We need a verb. After didn't, we need a verb.
network
Okay, network. Let me
at
move it.
conversation.
Okay. At the
At the
convention.
conversation.
Convention. Yes. At
Sorry.
the convention.
At the convention.
Okay, there we are. Correct, it's negative. Okay, thanks, Mr. De Leon. So here we have, right? My workmates, the person, didn't before the verb, network, and then the complement. Okay, you see, that is what we have to keep in mind. Okay, good. So now with this page, we are finishing, we are covering the unit 2. Okay, but I'm gonna continue with ED pronunciation. Okay, do you know that we have in past, we have 2 types of verbs, right? We have regulars and irregulars in English, well, in Spanish too. But it means that regular verbs always will be made just adding ed at the end. So the original verb, for example, is work. If the original verb is talk, walk, maybe work, talk, clean. Okay, those are the original verbs. But if we want past, in this case, they are regular because we just add at the end ed, 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 ed. That's why they are called regular. Because as you can see here, they keep the original form. The original form is work. You see, I didn't change any letter. I just added this. The original verb talk, I just add this part. I didn't change even one letter, no change. On the other hand, we have the second group that are irregulars. And look at the difference. In this case, we have the original verb is speak. The original verb is drive. The original verb is go, send, etc. So if they would be regulars, we're supposed to add at the end ed, ed. but not in this case. No. Let me eliminate here because they are irregular. So in this case, we have the past has a specific form. So it is spoke. It is drove, went, sent. And those are the two groups that we have to use in affirmative in past. As you can see, the difference is very, very clear because the irregular keep the original form. Irregulars change, speak. We have just the two first letters, but teacher, that we have the two first letters. In speak and drive, we have the two first letters. And look at send, it's almost the same, teacher, just the T is different. Yeah, but if one letter is different, it's irregular. And others that are definitely different, right? Go, went. But if we change maybe 2 or 3 letters, they are irregular. And those are the two groups that we have to memorize. Okay, those are the two groups that we have to memorize to talk in past. Okay, so in this case, the irregular verb has a specific information, right? Speak, spoke, and drive, drove, go, went, sent, spend, spent, understand, understood, write, wrote, etc. Different pronunciation because change. But we're gonna focus today in this, on this. We're gonna focus today, let me erase regulars, because we're gonna focus today in irregulars. I mean regulars. But you know that we have the two groups, right? To talk about past, to use past forms. So what happened here? What's the pronunciation? It's supposed to be worked, talked, walked, cleaned. Not really. As I was telling you yesterday, we have 3 possible pronunciations. The ED can take the sound of T, the sound of D, or the sound of AD. So in this case, we have, well, in this case, those 3 take the sound of T. And this takes the sound of D. So for example, we said worked, talked, walked, cleaned. You listen to the difference? Can you? Worked, talked, walked, cleaned. No cleaned. Right? Of course that when we pronounce, when we are while speaking, that pronunciation is less stronger. Okay, I'm doing a special emphasis so you can recognize the 3 possibilities. And how can I recognize when to use this, or this? It's easy. It's easy. I'm gonna tell you in this moment. Okay, but this is the point, that all of them are regulars because they have ED at the end, but the pronunciation changes in 3 forms. And you know that most of them, we don't pronounce the ED. In most of them that they have ED, we pronounce T or D. What? Let's see what What happened here in this topic? I'm gonna play an audio for you, and you try to recognize what is the sound. Is it D, E, or ED? Give me a second to open that. Okay, this one. Okay, listen, please. I'm gonna send this screenshot for you because I don't know if you can see it, but I can, in this book, I can put it closer. So I'm gonna send the screenshot because I can send it closer. Okay, there you have it in the group if you want to see it closer. And I'm gonna play the audio for you. Listen and try to identify if the sound is T, V, or ED. Here you have some examples because we say liked, liked, loved, loved, visited, visited. So the first is of the help is of this group, the group of like, the group of love, or the group of visit. That's what you're gonna try to identify. Listen the sound at the end. Here we go. And after my explanation, we're gonna do it again. But let's try it.
B. Listen and check the sound you hear. Helped. Walked. Tried. Wanted. Started. Explored. Finished. Waited.
Okay. Do you want me to play it again? Or do you have the answers?
Again, teacher, please.
Sure, no
One
problem.
more.
Once more. Here we go again.
B. Listen and check the sound you hear. Helped. Walked. Tried. Wanted. Started. Explored. Finished. Waited.
Okay. The first. The number one, I'm gonna write here. No, I can't. Yes, I can write here. I'm gonna write here 1, 2, and 3. So you're gonna tell me 1, 2, or 3. Help. What group? 1, 2, or 3? 1.
Group 2. 1.
2.
2. Okay. I'm gonna check both. 1 and 2. Walk.
Walk.
1, 2, or 3?
One. One, teacher.
Okay. Try.
Two. Try.
Remember, okay, I'm saying in the original form, okay? I'm not pronouncing in past. because I'm gonna give you the answer. So I'm pronouncing in present. So try.
Try.
One,
Number
two,
three.
Excuse me, number?
Number three.
Number three.
Try.
Okay, you think number three? The next one?
One.
Any opinion? Tell me what you think, what you listen.
Number two.
Number two. Okay, start.
Number
One.
Number one, you think number one? Two people told me number one. Explore.
Yes.
Number three.
Number three.
Plural.
Okay, you said number three. Finish.
Number two.
Number two, someone says number two, I think. And the last one, wait.
Number one.
Number one. Okay, let's see. How many? Check yours, okay? Check yours. I'm gonna show you the answers, but check yours. So here we have, look at the answer, how many coincidences we have. Let me. Okay. The first, this is not correct, right? The first and the seconds are good. This, no. It was the third. This, neither. It was the second. This, neither. It was the last. This, neither. It was the second, not the three. Next, finish. No, right? No. It was the first, not the second. And the last one, no. It was the last, not the first. You see here? The check that is a little bit, it's bigger, are the corrects. The smaller is incorrect. So you can see here that we don't have many coincidences, right? But don't worry. I'm sure that after this information, those who get wrong the answers will do it right. Okay, gonna show you how to do it. Okay, so here we go with the information. So, let me change another presentation. This one again. Okay, this is the key. Look, this is the key. It's very easy. Okay, this is pronunciation, right? Regular verbs that I already mentioned, talk about why they are called regular verbs. So we have the three sounds that I mentioned, D, T, and ED. So in this case, played, worked, and decided. You see, three different sounds. So, but why? Here we have the key. Look, it's very easy to recognize. You just have to focus on the last letters. Last letter of the original verb, of course, before you add ed. For example, what is the original verb of helped? Is help.
Help.
What is the original verb of look? Look. Excuse me. Look. Then we have sniff. Laugh. wash, watch. Kiss, dance. Those are the original verbs, right? It means before you add ed. That's what I call original verbs, before this part. So, as you can see, in this case, this is the original as I wrote, right? So what you have to observe is the last letters of the original verb. Before original verb is before you add ed. So you see here, rules. It says that when the verb ends in P, K, F, GH, SH, CH, SS, C, and X, the pronunciation for the regular verb in past will be t. Okay? So what you have to observe is the ending. When they say here, look, P. Here we have the P. K. K. F. F. CH. GH. SH. CH. SS. C. X. You see? That's what we have to observe. Because the rules are just these three groups. But teacher, ahí no está las vocales, no está esto, lo otro. Well, vowels are at the end, okay, are at the end. Por ahí hay una notita. So vowels will be in one group. I will let you know in which. But in this case, you can observe the letter at the end of the original verb. Remember that I said the original verb means before we add the ed, before this. So that's what you have to observe. Okay? If the letter, so we have to memorize, but we do it. Believe me. If we, maybe at the beginning I have to do some exercises, many exercises, pay attention, but at the end, we memorize them and we do the sound that corresponds automatically. Okay, so this is one way to recognize. I'm gonna give you two more ways, two techniques more. You can do a combination or you can choose one. It's up to you. Will be your decision, right? The one that goes better for you. Okay, so this is the first technique. Let's say technique. Observe and memorize the ending of the verb. And if we have this ending, the pronunciation will be t. So in this case, present, original, help, with P right at the end, help. The past of help, helped, helped. Look, looked, look, looked. Sniff, sniffed. Laugh, laughed. Wash, washed. watch, watched, kiss, kissed, dance, danced, fix, fixed. You see? And we get familiar with the sounds in present and the sounds in past. Maybe at the beginning is soft, right? It's subtle. Maybe it's soft at the beginning. But we get familiar with the sound and we recognize if the person applies the past pronunciation or if it is pronouncing like present. Because we can perceive the difference at the end. Okay? But for that purpose, we need to practice, of course. Listen, watch. Okay? So we have helped, looked, sniffed, laughed, washed, watched, kissed, danced, fixed. Let's go with the next group. In the next group, what I have to observe is if the verb ends in L, here we have the L. In N, clean. R, offer. G, damage. B, loved. But teacher, love is with E at the end. But we need to follow the sound, the pronunciation. We don't say love, lovey. No, right? We say love, love. We don't pronounce the E. So the sound at the end in the original verb is V. Okay? So it's the pronunciation, the one that we're gonna follow. Okay? So use Z, B, M. So in this case, if we have those letters in the original verb, remember that the original verb would be here, before the ED. The same, right? Same story. So if we have the end of these letters, we're gonna pronounce the. So cold, cold, clean, cleaned, offer, offered, damage, damaged, love, loved, use, used, amaze, amazed, rub, rubbed, claim, claimed. So it's different, right? If I said cold, no. Cleaned, offered, no. Cold, no cold. Cleaned, no cleaned. In this case, the opposite. I don't say helped. I say helped. Looked, no looked. You see? We recognize them. The two different sounds. And believe me that you will feel that you will perceive that sound and that you will perceive if it is in the incorrect, because sounds weird, sounds strange. If we pronounce the group of T with D, we will feel strange. And finally, the group number 3 is this one. I left it at the end because in this group, we have just look 2 letters. 2 letters. Just if they not like this, right? That is a little bit longer list for the pronunciation of T and D. So for the pronunciation of ED, just 2 letters. If the verb ends in T or in D. And here you can see T, T, D, D. Just if the verb ends in T or in D, we're gonna say wanted, needed, no, wanted, needed, no, right? Or needed, no, needed, wanted. Just in those cases that we have at the end of the original verb, the T or the D, we're gonna pronounce the ED. As you can see, most of the time, most of the letters are pronounced with T and D. Okay, that's the first technique. That's the first technique. And you can memorize this easily because you can see here that we have double letters, right? GH, SH, CH, SS. ¿Qué me queda que memorizar? Estas 5. P, K, F, C, X. And by discrimination, las que no están aquí son del otro. Right? Logical, right? Bueno, si no son las que me aprendí, tiene que ser con la D. ¿Por qué? Los que sí se pronuncian solo son estas 2 letras. So maybe if you memorize this group and this, by discrimination, you can say, right, in this case. Well, si no son de aquí ni de allá, entonces quedan esto. Ya lo saco de acá. So you see, we can memorize this in this way. Or if you have a good memorization, a good memory, memorize both. Okay, that's the first way to memorize, to recognize. Any question with this first part, this first technique? No questions? No. Okay, so then we have the next technique. Technique number 2. So we have this, voiceless and voiced. What is voiceless and what is voiced? Voiceless is when the sound is more like wind. Okay? And voiced is when the sound is more like vibration and is in your throat. Okay? So it's different. And you can do the proof. For example, if you say, help, help, ¿a dónde termina? Always based on the original verb. Esta es la segunda forma de reconocer cuál sonido voy a tomar. All right? So, if you put your hand in front of your mouth, va a sentir viento más fuerte en unas palabras que en otras. So, when you feel the wind on your hand, it's voiceless. You can pronounce help is wind, help, look, sniff, laugh, kiss. Those are voiceless. Okay? So the ones that you pronounce with more wind, son las que voy a poner al final. Cuando le agregue la ed, ¿qué le voy a poner? Okay? So if the pronunciation was help, siento más viento que vibración, you're gonna say help kissed. But the other way, if you feel more vibration than wind, for example, the other are clean, offer, call. Okay? Clean, offer, love, offer. Si usted pone su manita acá y acá, claramente va a ver, va a sentir dónde tiene la mayor fuerza. Si acá o acá. So you said clean, offer. Pero siento un poquito de viento, teacher. Sí, pero es más la vibración. Ok, do it. Ok, do it. Miss Castro, Miss Carol Amaya, Mr. Barrientos. Ok, pronounce help. Touch, put your hand in front of your mouth and touch your throat.
Help.
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 ¿Perciben más el viento
Help.
fuerte?
Sí.
Help.
Sí.
Let's do kiss.
Help. No.
Kiss.
Vibration.
Kiss.
If.
But the
Kiss.
vibration,
Kiss.
yeah. But now
Kiss.
pronounce clean, clean,
Clean. Clean.
Clean. Clean. Clean. Clean.
is more vibration, right? Clean.
It's more
Acá me
vibration.
queda el sonido.
Clean.
Sí.
Clean. Pero si yo digo
Clean.
help,
Clean. Clean. Clean.
help,
Help.
es más el viento que sale que la vibración.
Help. Help. Help.
Yes?
Okay.
So you see, that's another technique. So when you feel more vibration, pronuncio con z. Cuando siento más viento, no digo que no se siente nada de vibración ni nada de viento, pero domina uno de los dos. So remember, vibration, porque el sonido también le queda aquí. Es más fuerte, queda adentro la T. Held. Hago acá adentro la fuerza. Held. Pero cuando pronuncio la va más para afuera. Cleaned. Entonces tiene esa concordancia. Si el verbo termina con una vibración, pronuncie T. Si el verbo le produce más viento, pronuncie D en el pasado. Okay, that's the second technique. So the first, memorize the groups of letters. The number 2, feel the pronunciation. If you have vibration or if you have more wind. And the third technique, you can choose an example. And by an example, you can remember. For example, here. Okay, I can take any of these. Common, this or any other. Clean. Estaba en la D. Cleaned, offered, called. Todos los que se parezcan a esto al final, automáticamente me va a enviar el cerebro. Ese estaba en ese grupo, entonces le pongo D. So if I memorize that love is with loved, when I see lived, I'm gonna say lived. Porque voy a hacer esta relación entre esto y esto. Este ejemplo. Ok. For example, another, este termina en K. Look. And I pronounce looked. Cuando yo vea walked, me voy a acordar de esto. Ah, looked. Era looked. So, walked. Y de ahí veo otro. Ah, es lo mismo. Talked. Talked. Okay? So that's the third way to recognize and to work with the correct pronunciation. You can memorize one verb as a base, one common verb, maybe the one of this list, or maybe any other. For example, you can change look by walk, walked. Ese puede ser su ejemplo. Todos los que se parezcan a walk, talk, walk, look. Ah, with. Okay? And those are the three techniques, my dear people, that I can share with you to recognize the correct pronunciation. I'm gonna share with you this. You can find this in internet, right? But I think this is good. So I'm gonna share it with you in the group so you can start studying if you want. You can start studying these groups if you want voice vibration, voiceless wing, or the groups of letters P, K, F, double letters G, H, S, S, SH, CH, or the examples call with D, called, clean with D, cleaned. Todo lo que termine similar a clean, terminará a call, lo voy a pronunciar igual. Okay? So let's do this. Let's see this example. And the ones that ends in vowel sounds. Vowel sounds is D. Because in this case, enjoy. We have a vowel sound, right? E. It's a Y, but the sound is E. So enjoy, play is. So enjoyed, offered, called, used, cleaned, damaged, amazed, needed, wanted, headed, started, parted, granted, landed. You see the difference? Questions? Any question? No questions? You see here? Watch.
No question.
Wash, thanks for answering. Wash, washed. Helped, laughed, danced, fixed, mixed. Very different, right? Okay, can you pronounce, please? One with D, one with ED, and one with ET. Let's start by Mr. Peroso.
Joy.
No around? Well, let me see. Déjenme ver quiénes están activos ahorita. Oh, Mr. Peroso is not in class. Okay, so Mr. Barrientos, Miss Castro, and Miss Amaya. Okay, I don't know if, are you around, Kevin? Remember that we're supposed to use cameras on, Mr. De Leon. Okay, part of the rules. And I see that the whole class you have been without camera, sir. Okay, but anyway. Okay, so Mr. Barrientos, you first, Carolina, and Miss Castro. Okay, so let's pronounce. The first line. First line, Mr. Barrientos. You start. This way.
Need.
Mr. Barrientos?
I'm sorry,
Enjoy.
sorry. Turn off my microphone.
Okay.
Sorry. Enjoyed. Needed. Wash it.
Washed.
Washed. Washed. Washed.
Remember.
Oh, and see, and letter T. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Washed. Wash it. Wash it.
No. You are pronouncing like this, like ED. Watch it. You are pronouncing the ED. It's washed. Washed.
Wash.
Washed. Washed.
Okay, better. Okay, there you are. You see the difference? Yeah.
Offer.
Okay. Next.
Totally different. What?
Yes, yes. So the problem is that we don't pronounce in Spanish those strong sounds, right? We pronounce consonant vowel, no consonant, consonant, and consonant. And sometimes we need even 3 consonants together or 2. So that's what we have to get familiar with. Okay, Miss Castro, continue with the second line, please.
Okay. Offered.
It's not, it's offered. Is the offered.
Offered. Wanted.
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 And the last?
Washed.
You are pronouncing like this. Watch it. You are pronouncing ED. In this group, we don't pronounce the ED. We pronounce the T, Ms. Castro. Can you repeat, Ms. Castro?
Yes. Watched.
Okay. Yes, correct. You see? There you are. You see the difference? Okay. Now, I think the other person that is active is Miss... Who is the other? Carolina, I think?
Yes.
Patricia, I don't remember your name. Okay, but I mentioned, continue, please.
Call it.
No.
Call.
Cold.
Call. Call.
The.
Held. Call. Held. Held.
Headed.
Healthy. Healthy.
And this one?
Health.
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 Helped.
Health.
Okay. There you
Health.
are. Yes, correct. Okay. Very good. So you see, tomorrow we're going to continue working with this pronunciation. As you can see, we have to get familiar. Try to study. So tomorrow in the practice, it will be easier for you. Okay, it will be easier for you if you get familiar maybe with rule 1, with the option 1 to memorize, with the option 2, or a combination. Okay, you will know how to memorize. Okay, now I shared 3 ways to do it. Maybe you can do a combination, or maybe you can choose one. Okay, so study. So tomorrow you will see that as much as we practice, as much easy it is. Okay, and now it was the first time was a little bit difficult for some of you, the pronunciation, right? But at the end, you did a very good sound. So you have to be alert of the difference. And you're gonna become alert of that difference by practicing. Tomorrow we'll do it, okay? So hope to see you tomorrow to close this topic. Bye.
Good night.
Good night, Miss Castro.